Welcome everybody, my name is Josh Rivers and today we will be talking about Nintendo at E3 and also my thoughts of E3 as a whole. So before I get into that, Nintendo is actually pretty easy to talk about considering they didn't really have a stage show, so I can just look at a list of games and actually just talk about the games. Unlike the other stage shows, which I actually did the same thing for, I just looked at a list of games. I completely forgot about like the stage presence, and that's a part of what E3 is. It's a stage show. You have to be able to be good on stage, and EA did bad on that. I didn't even talk about the YouTuber at EA. Oh, that was horrid. Oh, that was bad. But I didn't even talk about Ubisoft. There was a Just Dance segment, and it was good until a singer came out, and I was like, just let the dancers be dancers. Goddamn. Yeah. So with Nintendo, there's none of that. So let's get right into Nintendo, because they had I forget what they called it. They called it like a showcase. I think that's what they called it. Yeah. So they started with Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which is a fun looking game, and I never played a Xeno game before. So I vaguely remember Xenogear, and I kind of overlooked Xenosaga completely because I thought there were a lot of them. There was less than I thought, but there's still quite a bit. And then Xenoblade Chronicles came out. I didn't hear anyone talk about Xenoblade Chronicles, but like when I was like ready for Xenoblade was Xenoblade Chronicles X. I was like, that game looks amazing and I want to play that one. And that one got really good reviews too, so I'm ready. But Xenoblade Chronicles 2, visually, it's not as what it should be. It is not visually good. There's a lot wrong with it. Like the aliasing, the grass is the worst. Like the grass is literally pixels. And I don't care if that's a design feature. I don't care if that's what they wanted. It looks horrible, and that's the problem. So I hope there is polish. And granted, I think Zelda had this problem too. So in between, Zelda being released and one of the trailers, they fixed it a bit. So that's good, but I hope they can do the same. And I think it's slated for December. So yeah, it's slated for December. So it has time to get optimized a bit, but we'll see about that. We'll see. Then they announced a Kirby Switch game, no title yet, and it is. I thought it was very basic when I first saw it, but then I watched the trailer back again because Kirby is one of my favorite series ever. We can combine powers in this bitch. I realized that the curling, I forget what it's called, the curling, whatever it is. That is a power. That is a fusion power with stone and ice. And I was like, I didn't get that the first time. And then I rewatched it, and there was a few. There was like water bomb, water hammer, and then like electric cowboy. So it was with the whip. And I was like, oh my god, this is cool. And how you do it this time is so different. You don't just like get a power and then like throw it at an enemy and their powers mix. What you do is you have your own power, and you can also recruit the enemies to be on your team, and then you can combine your powers, and you can also combine whatever power Kirby has with your team as well. So like if you have a cutter, you can also give them like, I guess, electric stuff. One thing I want to know is it every power is combined with every power? If so, they're gonna cut a lot of powers because I guess they're not like, they weren't made to be combined with stuff. So like coming up with every single combination is gonna be hard, especially at this point in Kirby. But we did get water. Water hasn't really been back since the Return to Dreamland. I hope we get Circus, and I hope we get like ESP and Poison, the ones that were given to us recently, but it's hard to say. We seen fire, we seen water, we seen sword, cutter, I think we seen beam, and I think we seen cowboy, and we seen rock. So those are kind of obvious because they're like, okay, you have this weapon, we're gonna add an element to it, and that's what it seems so far. But rock and ice combine and make something completely different than what they originally were. Also with that one, how do you have a moveset? Because Kirby games are really intricate now compared to when they were in the 64 game. And I don't really like the 64 game that much. I like it for the combining powers thing, but I don't like it for the atmosphere of the game because it's so dark. It's trying to go for whimsical, but it has such a dark undertone of it that I can't deal with it. But the Kirby, but with this game, it looks like normal Kirby. I think they will add different elements once they reveal more about this game because we don't have any villains or anything yet. And, King Dedede can't be the villain anymore because he's our best friend now. And he has been for a while now. Right. So yeah, anyways, the intricacy of now to the N64. N64, you basically had like a couple options with your powers, but now, like at this point, you have a moveset. Like this is a Smash 64 moveset for your character. Like it's very different, it's very diverse, and it's cool, it's fun, and that's like the best part about Kirby. And the best part about the 64 Kirby was combining powers and seeing what they can do, and like figuring out the best way to get powers that work best for the next enemy or boss or whatever. My favorite power in Kirby 64 was the rock electricity one, because you just send out a rock and it goes everywhere and it just stays, and you can just like do your shit. You don't have to do anything else. And I was like, yes, this is like the best power. Yeah, so Kirby, it comes out in 2018, so there's a lot of time. I'm assuming it'll be holiday, just because, or maybe summer. Kirby games usually come out in the summer, so it could be a summer game. So yeah, next is Pokken Tournament. They show a little bit of Pokken Tournament, we already know, but then they revealed the unnamed Pokemon RPG. This didn't need to happen. It didn't need to be revealed here. They did put some but this adds just more questions. Why didn't they reveal Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon here? Well, okay, I figured it out. There's no 3DS games on here at all, period. So that's why they did it. And actually they revealed their 3DS games after the show. There's no 3DS games here, and I think that's the main reason why. And then they announced a Pokemon Switch game, main series, Game Freak. We kind of already knew this was gonna happen because they had that job listing before, so it was like all but confirmed at this point. And I'm excited, but this announcement means nothing. It's obvious, of course it's happening. Then we also had the Metroid Prime 4 announcement, which is a little bit more substantial, but also doesn't mean anything because it's just like a simple, you know, it was a surprise. But they could have had some sort of CG trailer of not even like a trailer, just like a Samus like rolling out in a ball and coming out and then like shooting the screen, and then it says Metroid Prime 4. That's what it could have been, but I guess not, which is like, that would have made it so much different for me if it was just, oh, here's Metroid Prime 4, not here's a JPEG of this screen, because that's literally that's what it was. To me, it was an announcement. It wasn't anything. To me, it didn't mean anything. I won't care for it until gameplay, and now that they have announced it, first, gameplay is not guaranteed at E3. It's open for anything at this point, and we will see it at some random direct throughout the year. Maybe a direct early next year probably seems like it's what it's going to be, or at Video Game Awards. Actually, that seems like a good time to reveal Metroid. So yeah, another Yoshi game. This is not Yarn Yoshi. I think he's made out of felt in this trailer. But it's cute. It's super cute, but it just seemed a little bit, it looked even slower than the last one, so maybe not. It's definitely not as slow as Yarn Yoshi. Yarn Yoshi was slow, but it's cute. I just don't, Yarn Yoshi did well, I think, and I liked it, but was it New Yoshi's Island or something? That one, the one that looked like it was made out of paint or something? That one was bad. That was not a good Yoshi game, and I don't really have a lot of faith in it. Like, why can't they make a Yoshi game that is literally just the same as the first one, the Super Mario World 2? Because that one was so good. I don't know what they're doing different with these games compared to that game. I also wish they just made another Yoshi story. Like, it's hard to say. But yeah, Yoshi for the Switch, that was a cool announcement. They did better than they did with Woolly World, which is literally they just showed screenshots. They didn't even show, it wasn't even screenshots, it was like concept art, because like I don't think we ran on a windowsill or anything, and he was made of yarn, not wool. He wasn't knitted, he was just Yarn Yoshi. Like, that's why people called it Yarn Yoshi. Anyways, then they revealed Fire Emblem Warriors, which was cool. I was so confused. I was like, why are there so many old Fire Emblem characters? I completely forgot Fire Emblem Warriors was a thing that they announced. But yeah, Fire Emblem Warriors is announced, so that's cool. It didn't look that good. Like, visually, again, it didn't look that good. I was like, I thought this was a 3DS game. That's not good. Mary, we're having a problem. Wow. Then they announced the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild expansion pass. I don't have it, so I don't care. It was weird because this trailer, obviously, because Breath of the Wild is on Wii U, it had the Wii U logo logo in it, and I was like, oh my god, that weirds me out at this point. It's only been 3-4 months, so like I'm already like weirded out by the Wii U logo. Oh, and by the way, the Just Dance game that got revealed or whatever, it's still coming out for the Wii, just for the record. That's amazing. That's actually kind of cool that they still actively make Wii games. Just Dance, they're single-handedly keeping the Wii alive. And next we got more Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. We got a clearer shot of the PD Piranha Rabbid, which is the only rabbit that really matters. So to me, Nintendo won E3 because of that rabbit. That's cute. Oh, also they showed, this one's not even here on this list, is Switch Skyrim. Just a little bit of that. I missed that when they announced it, so it doesn't matter. And then Rocket League for the Switch, which is cool because Rocket League is on every platform. I wonder if it's gonna get crossplay. That would be cool if it did, because Rocket League deserves it. I don't know why Rocket League deserves it, but it does. They might get crossplay considering that Switch Minecraft has crossplay. Yeah, it could happen. Yeah, that can happen. It's only PS4 that's like the problem, right? Because PS4 has crossplay with PC, doesn't it? Rocket League? Yeah, I think. And then we have the best trailer. Like, to me, this is the best trailer of E3 is Super Mario Odyssey. It looks so good. It looks so much fun. Like, and I never been faked out by a trailer. Like, I was like, is this Monster Hunter, what is it, XX or something? I was like, this is like an open field. It doesn't seem right. But I was like, well, it looks like a straight up Tyrannosaurus Rex. Like, it doesn't really look like a Monster Hunter monster, even though there's some, this one just looks kind of like a dinosaur one. But I was like, okay, it has that little red bump on its head, so maybe it's not just a Tyrannosaurus Rex. And then they zoomed on the bump, it was Mario's hat, and I was like, oh, what the fuck? I never been faked out by a trailer like that before. And I thought that was just like a little gag or something. Turns out, bitch, you can possess people, and you can possess that fucking dinosaur and be the dinosaur. Oh my fucking god, that's amazing, and it's gonna have a mustache. That is so fucking cool, and every element they showed of this game is looking so good. I love everything they showed about this game. It just looks like fucking fun, and I'm ready for this game. Like, I was hyped for this game before because it felt like it was more in line with Sunshine and 64, and it said it is more in line with Sunshine and 64, just like how Mario controls and stuff. Because me personally, I was not a big fan of the Galaxy games, mainly because they gave me a headache. But this is the Mario game for me, and I love 3D Land, and I love 3D. I would have loved 3D World if I played it. I know that for a fact. But 3D Land was so good. But I needed Mario to feel like Sunshine and 64, because that's how Mario feels best. Like, he gets a little floaty sometimes when he's not. But I can't wait for this game. I think it's it's like, I want a Switch. I don't own a Switch, but I want a Switch now just to get Mario. Like, to me, Mario Odyssey is what a lot of people's Breath of the Wild was. Mario Odyssey is my game. And also, Pauline is mayor. She's mayor. She's a mayor, and she's a singer, and she's gorgeous, and she is working it. She is a working woman, and I love that. I was actually gonna make a video specifically about Pauline and how we haven't seen her much in video games, and that like she should have a big role in Mario Odyssey. Turns out, bitch, I don't need to make that video anymore, but I have another video in the works that I want to talk about one of the, Mario's ladies. But like with Pauline getting like a bigger, I want a game with all 4 of the ladies. I want Daisy, Peach, Rosalina, and Pauline together some way. Like, how they do the new Super Mario Brothers series with like Mario, Luigi, and the 2 Toads. I just want it to be the 4 girls, because oh my god, they're so fucking amazing. I love the women of Mario because they're so cool. And was there anything like else that kind of, oh, that song was cute. I was like, I'm down for that song. Also, the 2D sections are cute. I saw a bit of gameplay at the treehouse. Was there anything specifically at the treehouse that we saw that wasn't Pauline? Oh, all the outfits are so cute. Mario in a sombrero and a poncho is the best fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. I am Mexican, by the way, so granted, I'm 1 out of over 100 million, so don't consider me your fucking, your way out. I'm just saying, I enjoyed what I saw of that, and I love the Mexican inspired imagery of that that level. I think it's so cute. I think it's so well done, actually. It's to me, I love it. I don't care. I don't care what other people say, but that's just me. So that was cool. There were a couple announcements after that. They announced a new Metroid game for 3DS, which I did like. If I had not thought 3DS was dead, because I think 3DS is dead, and I always say like once we get the first trailer of the Pokemon RPG for Switch, 3DS is dead, basically. But before, like for the past couple years, I've been saying we need a Metroid 2D game for 3DS. And they finally fucking did it the year that I didn't say anything about it because I thought 3DS was dead. They announced a Metroid game called Samus Returns, which is kind of a shitty title, but like makes the most sense because we haven't had a Metroid game in so long. And yeah, I'm ready for this. I think it's so, it looked really good in my opinion. It's straight up Metroid, so I'm ready for that game. We also got a Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga remake. Well, I don't even think it's a remake. It looks like the original fucking game. And it also has includes Bowser's Minions. I don't really know what that is about. I think that was it for Nintendo. There's another Sonic Forces trailer, which makes Sonic Forces look straight up like a fan fiction. It's self-insert fan fiction. It literally is Sonic Forces, and honestly, why? What else would it be? Because that's like the perfect thing for Sonic Forces. And yeah, so that was it for Nintendo. There wasn't any more announcements that I see, and Nintendo still has 2 or 3 days, but you know, if they're not gonna announce it the first day, then I don't know. It could be whatever, but I guess if it's something big, I'll make a video on just that. But I doubt it's gonna be anything too exciting if they announce anything more. So E3 overall, I enjoyed this E3. It wasn't the most exciting. The most exciting is when they have, you know, new consoles and stuff like that. Like they reveal new stuff, and the Scorpio was close but not quite, because it just doesn't feel the same. It doesn't feel like a new console because it really isn't. It's just an upgrade of the old one. But if I were to rank them, well, no, obviously I would rank Devolver Digital number 1. But I think of like the games that we saw, like the ones that like touched me the most were Ubisoft. I think Ubisoft wins in my heart. Then Microsoft. I would say Microsoft, and then Nintendo, then Sony, then PC Gaming Show. Do I put PC Gaming Show in front of Bethesda? I mean, I don't care about Bethesda games, so I guess so. There was 2 indie games at PC Gaming Show that I fucking live for, so I guess so. And then EA after Bethesda. Wow, that is a list. That is not what I expected from this conference. It's like Bethesda did alright, but like to me it was nothing special because I don't care for their games. For me, Ubisoft killed it this year, and Devolver Digital was so funny even though they didn't reveal anything. I wish they just like also revealed new games, but the games they revealed were already known. So that's cool. I'm happy for it. I like overall this E3 wasn't bad. There's a lot of fun games to get excited for. Kirby and Yoshi are for 2018 and stuff like that. Mario and Rabbids comes out really soon. Super Mario Odyssey comes out in I think October. I think that Metroid game comes out in September. Yeah, but I don't know how many are coming out this year from the other companies because I don't have them brought up. So yeah, that's cool. Nintendo was fun. I mean, E3 was fun and it was stressful. This was the first year I tried to recap anything of E3. Before I tried to recap indie games. Oh, that is something troubling is that Sony and Nintendo showed no indie games, and that is not. I'm not okay with that. That's kind of why Microsoft kind of beat them out, because Microsoft showed indie games. They didn't just show, they showcased a few of them. Like that was right there, full trailer with some indie games, and then they also did their montage. Microsoft did indies the best this year. So yeah, that was E3. Hopefully I will get better at this as I continue to cover news on this little fucking sad looking YouTube channel. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and if you enjoyed this, tell me your thoughts on E3. I want to know who you thought won. I can see a lot of people thinking Nintendo win because, you know, they have a lot of, if they like Fire Emblem and Xenoblade and Legend of Zelda and stuff, I can see that. I don't think that Metroid Prime 4 is that like big of a deal. I kind of consider it the same as like on the same level as how I felt about the Shadow Colossus reveal, that, you know, for Shadow Colossus we played it. Like Like, to me, it's not that big of a deal. Metroid Prime 4, we have no idea what it is. So, and Nintendo's like the only company that did that. Like, here's 2 different games. We have nothing to show for them, but they're coming eventually. Does Metroid Prime 4 have a date? It doesn't even have a date. Like, a year. So, like, I don't even mean like, is it coming out October 12th, 2015 or whatever? I mean, well, obviously not, but I mean like a year. Like, what year would come out? I think I'm saying 2019. I don't think it's gonna come out next year. Even if it were slated for 2018, I think it will be delayed because it's Metroid. And I don't know like the history of Metroid's releases, but it's been a long time coming for Metroid, so we're ready. Was there anything else huge that got announced? From here, I don't see any. Yeah, so I want to end it there. I love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm trying to think of what that is. I don't know. But I love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. And remember to have fun. That was a sloppy outro. I apologize for that.